Woodward Sports, let's go!
Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
And a happy Monday to you. Armageddon, Snowmageddon, part 19 of this winter is happening. It's supposed to get snow all day long here. It is the Morning Woodward Show, live right here on Woodward in downtown Birmingham. Good morning to you. My name is Stick. To my right, we have...
What's going on? It's Corey.
To my left, we have...
It is Joey. Good morning.
And in the producer booth now, the official booth, he's all glassed in over there. Look at him. Look how cute he looks this morning. Hi, Art.
I know. It's a whole new world in here, man. I love it.
It does. It seems like you're so distant from us, though.
Yeah, now it can be left the hell alone.
Is there a lock on that door or no?
Right?
I'm putting a combination lock on there.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Well, welcome to the Morning Woodward Show. Shout out to everybody that's watching us on Facebook Live this morning, everybody that's on YouTube, everybody that's on Twitter, and, of course, Instagram Live that we started last week. Thanks, you guys, for checking us out. If you're on Facebook, please share this. Let people know to tap in. Let us know where they're watching, where they're listening. We got our app coming soon. If you see right up behind me right here, the app will be coming soon, so you can take us anywhere. And if you missed the show live, you can always go listen to it on podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're everywhere, baby. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. We got a lot to talk about today, including how our Valentine's Day went. 3 of the 4 of us had a good Valentine's Day. I'm picking up on the vibes. Art does not want to talk about his Valentine's Day at all, so that means we must talk about Art's the most.
I'm so looking forward to Art's Valentine's Day.
That's how this works. So we'll get to that.
He set himself up so bad by just mentioning it.
Yeah, you can't come in here and be like, I don't want to talk about my Valentine's Day. We're going to be like, okay, that's exactly why we're talking about your Valentine's Day.
Thanks for the content, Art.
Trevor Lawrence had his pro day. Adam's going to be coming out here with his parlay of the day. But first, let's kick off the morning show like we always do with Joey's News.
So, can we all clap it up real quick? Detroit Pistons.
Hold on, Joey, you got your
sorry.
intro.
Go ahead, hook me up.
Let's go!
There you go. You forgot about your intro.
Can we all clap it up for the Detroit sports teams undefeated on the weekend?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, what a great weekend it was. Starting it off with the Detroit Pistons, 2-0. This is the first back-to-back wins we've had this season against the Celtics and the Pelicans. And Saddiq Bey, 30 points, 12 rebounds on Friday. Dude was balling out. And then Mason Plumley. Can we throw a go on his name or not yet?
He messed around and got a triple-double.
He got a triple-double yesterday. And you see him in this video right here just dishing
Pacers,
dimes like
and
Mason
7
freaking
against
Plumley.
Boston,
A
and now
triple-double.
1 here.
Well, he flirted with one the very first game of
Lob
the season,
inside.
and he never got
Mason
really close
Plumlee
to it again. So I'm glad to see Mason Plumlee putting up triple-doubles. This sounds weird to say.
See, but like a big man like him, he's actually got great ball control and movement, and like he even brings up the ball sometimes, and I'm like, dude, this guy is like 7 feet tall, and he's doing this.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we got to love Mason Plumlee.
The Detroit Red Wings beat the Nashville Predators after previously losing to them 4-2 Saturday night, and in this video you see Bernier with a hell of a save. 2 seconds left in the first. The Wings were up 2-0 at this point, and it was just a great game from the Wings. And it sucks because we don't have many wins this entire season, but when we do win, you see such a great Detroit Red Wings team, and we just got to see more of it. That's the only thing.
Yeah. I mean, we knew all these teams were going to be young.
Yep.
Starting to see a little bit more out of the Pistons, but it'd be nice to see the Red Wings pick up.
I mean, you look at the Pistons with the D Rose move, you see them improving and getting better when we get rid of that. So maybe we got to make some more changes on the season. We'll see. But Michigan basketball finally returned back to the court, the first time since January 22nd. It's been a long time without Michigan basketball, and our boy Franz Wagner, balled out. Isaiah Livers balled out, and we beat number 21 Wisconsin by 8 points. Great game. And the best part is, in this video, you see Coach Juwan Howard getting down before the game. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
He's the coolest coach.
He does bring that swag that most coaches don't. I couldn't see Coach K doing this.
No. Or Beeline or any of these coaches that we got.
No, he's bringing that Fab Five vibe back into it. So I'm really loving what's going on at U of M. They have a really good program, and it's going to be a good program for years to come.
Yeah, so this was a plus 10,000 if you bet on Michael Mcdowell winning the Daytona 500. But check out this video of the crazy finish. It was a multi-car crash on the final lap just before crossing the finish line, and it was just freaking crazy. Like, I've never been so in tune with Daytona 500, but this video, I was watching it like, oh my gosh, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah, that rain delay gave you a lot of time to catch up, like 6-hour rain delay. But
Yeah.
damn, man.
So
I don't know how these guys survive these crashes.
You mentioned this rain delay. Art, I need you playing this video of Ross Chastain, who went to McDonald's drive-thru because this rain delay. He's actually a McDonald's driver. And you see him at the drive-thru, and the girl recognizes him.
Oh, was he in his McDonald's car?
He was. I don't think he was actually in the car, but he was all geared up and everything.
I raced in McDonald's car. Huh? I raced in the McDonald's car. For real? Yeah, number 42. You can run it as credit.
It's so amazing.
You think he gets free McDonald's? He should.
Yeah, I mean, if you're driving the McDonald's, oh,
Right?
which car would you want to drive? Because you get the free plug. Which one are you picking?
What? McDonald's cars?
No, just any car, like a Chipotle car. Which one would you want just for the
Ooh.
plug?
Oh, the Taco Bell. The Taco Bell.
That'd be a good one.
Does Audemars Piguet have a car?
Oh.
I would definitely love a nice AP.
I mean, if we're being honest with ourselves, I would whip the Wienermobile. Like, that's the one I would
Oscar Mayer.
choose. Yeah.
Oh, man. So just some little local news to give you a little heads up. 3 to 6 inches is expected in snow tonight going into tomorrow morning. So later on towards the night today, you might want to stay away from the roads. And then tomorrow morning, wake up early, give your time some drive because the commute is going to get ugly.
Yeah.
It's going to get ugly. I just wanted to give a quick little shout out, though, to my people over at Bridge Street Exchange in downtown Fenton. It's been cool getting so many people messaging me saying that they're going to check them out because it's in little downtown Fenton, and that city is just such a beautiful city, and especially when you go to Bridge Street Exchange, they got all the greatest gear like Carhartt, Thorogood boots, and my favorite, the Detroit Grooming Company, the best beer products in the world. So go check them out. BridgeStreetExchange.com. WSN gets you 15% off on the website.
And I know you were worried before we started the show, Joey, about your voice because you were sick over the weekend.
How do I sound?
People are commenting. Is Joey sick? Does Joey have a cold?
What do I sound like when I'm sick? Do I sound like Elmo?
I think you sound the same.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he sounded the same too, but they noticed, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah. So what
Like,
was wrong, man?
Dude, this weekend, and I just wanted to give a quick little shout out to Maz because I'm so thankful for him walking into our studio Friday saying, oh, I got a really, really bad cold. Well, stay home.
Stay your ass home.
Dude, I was on steroids and hella drugs this weekend just because I wanted to be good to come back into work today. But thankfully, I am back. I just got this congestion still, and I'm always super nasally.
Yeah.
But right now, it's like with the aftermath to this cold, I'm like hella nasally.
Did it affect your Valentine's Day at all?
It did, unfortunately, but I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But I actually got to go out on Saturday night because I was feeling a little bit better, so I got a little action for going out.
You got a little action for going. All right,
Valentine's Day.
Good for you, man. Clap it up for Joey. Got a little action.
Clap it up, baby. Clap it up.
We'll talk about all our Valentine's Day experiences coming up a little bit after 9 o'clock this morning. Adam's got his parlay of the day coming up at 8:50. And thank you, everybody watching us everywhere right now. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, soon to be our app, which is right behind me on the board. And, yeah, we're ready to launch that app. I'm super excited about that. So, obviously no football this weekend. We watched a bunch of basketball. Michigan got to play again, like you mentioned in your news. But, one of the biggest NFL stories to me is the NFL released or didn't release the footage of Tom Brady and Tyrann Mathieu talking shit to each other. And why? I don't know, to be honest with you. They said the NFL, their quote was, "We don't release usually audio of people when they are arguing." And like the NFL films doesn't normally release those back and forths. But I feel like I've seen those back and forths. They're just beeped like crazy when they punch each other in the face. Like we've seen this before. So it really, this is becoming one of my like unsolved mysteries in life. Like, what did Tom Brady say to Tyrann Mathieu?
Well, and I say this with all respect because he's earned it. Tom Brady's the NFL's golden boy. He can't be touched. So for him to be the face really still of the NFL, and for him, kids look up to him, and he's out there dropping language that you wouldn't speak in front of your mother. I can kind of understand why they didn't release it, and also too, just to kind of just move away from the drama and the beef around it. Like, all right, we're not releasing the tape. That's it. Don't talk about. Well, of course, now we're going to talk about it still, about why they didn't release the tapes, but I guess they're just hoping like it'll die down after, because if they released it and you hear all the language, then you're going to hear people saying Tom Brady's got to apologize for this and so-and-so's got to apologize for that. So I think they just should try to just nip it in the bud.
What's crazy, too, is that Tom Brady, I feel like, is at fault in this thing, because I guarantee you the NFL hit up Tyrann Mathieu saying, hey, delete that tweet. We can't have that out there, because to Corey's point, they're trying to protect Tom Brady on this. And it's like, I don't know if that is true or if it's not true, but at the end of the day, when you publicize this, because obviously we saw this during the game, but then Tyrann goes on Twitter and then tweets that, you can't just brush this to the side.
I think Tyrann tweeted that in the heat of the moment because he just got his ass kicked. So
you don't delete it.
He was emotional. He got his butt whooped badly because he's the one who started jawing at Brady to begin with, and then we've always seen that you jaw at Tom Brady first, he's going to come back and he's going to make you regret it quickly. So Brady rushed back at him and let him know how he felt about it, and Tyrann was like, whoa, probably nobody's ever talked to me right like that. So, he was emotional. He deleted the tweet because Brady apologized. He probably just kind of calmed down like, all right, I'm tripping.
I just want to know what the hell was said. Like, we're all grown men here. We can witness people talking trash to each other. I want to know if it's as serious. And Michael Irvin said he actually heard the back and forth. He was able to listen to it. And he said there was no racial connotation in there, so we can throw that out there.
That's good.
Which to me baffles me even more, though, because I really, 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 really want to know what Tom Brady could say to Tyrann Mathieu that has never been said to him in his entire life and would cause him to kind of have this overreaction to it.
You're right. I don't know. Outside of being called a racial slur,
right? What
the hell could Tom Brady have said that have hurt your feelings that damn bad? I'm like, he had to have said something. Brady had to have said something that maybe just struck home with him, that Brady probably just talking some trash, and it probably hit a personal note that he didn't even know about. That's the only thing I can really think of, because
I hope one day this leaks. That's all I want out of
this.
Has
and then on top of it, Michael Irvin said that he was actually mad that Matthew went ahead and put that out there, like as if Brady says something, a racial slur.
Right. So I guess we'll never know. It's one of the mysteries of my life, and I hate it. I absolutely hate that I don't know what Tom Brady says, especially with all the cameras and all the sound they had on the field. Like, somebody's got to find out. So if we ever find that out, I will definitely be the first one to bring it up on this show.
I keep going back and forth, too, because it's like, after seeing the way that they handled the situation and him deleting the tweet, I feel like Brady was at fault. But then you see the video, and then you see Brady charging at him again after the fact. I feel like it's the opposite. So it's like, I have no clue what this really is, and I just want to know it so freaking bad.
Yeah.
You know what? I just thought about something. I know what it might have been. All right. Remember, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Remember, Kobe Bryant said a homophobic slur to a ref, and that got him thrown up. So I'm thinking maybe it could have been somewhere along the lines of that. That's the only thing I can really think of.
Why, is he a gay boy or something?
I don't know.
But I don't know. I'm just saying it had to have been something. Like,
but come on, he's probably played 20 years of football in his entire career. You think he hasn't had any gay slurs or anything his way?
Still, I mean, a lot of stuff does get said on the football field. So I'm just, at least from what I've heard, and even in high school, we used to say a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff I can't repeat now.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we don't know. We can only sit here and guess, whether it's that, and honestly, like, to me, I'm thinking of funny things that it could be, like the most basic insult you could ever, like, yo, mama eats sugar or something like that. And he's like, nobody's ever talked about my mom that way. And either way, so yeah, the NFL is like, nope, we're not going to let the public know, and I'm very disappointed in you, NFL. I need to know these things. But speaking of Tom Brady, obviously you saw him at the parade throwing the trophy across the water, right, to Cameron Brate. The daughter of the trophy maker came out with a statement. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
She wants an apology from Tom Brady for throwing the trophy.
So
an apology.
I truthfully wanted to make this woman our dumbass of the day, but I knew we were talking about it earlier in the show because this has got to be the dumbest thing in the entire world that I've seen.
Man, Super Bowl Karen needs to go have a Snickers and shut the hell up.
Literally.
I mean, okay, look, I can understand. Let's say you're Lombardi's daughter and then the trophy's named after her dad or whatever. Even then, it would be a reach, but I can understand, like, hey, this is a family heirloom. Why are you tossing a family heirloom or something that graces my family's name around so, flippantly? I can even understand that. But you got your family was paid a job to make the trophy, and that's it. You got paid. Leave it the hell alone. What are you mad about? You got paid.
And that's the thing. It's his trophy. He won it. Yeah. He can do what he wants. If he wants to spike it on the ground, he can spike it on the ground.
He can take a piss on that thing. You can't be offended.
I love some of the comments like, man, wait till this chick finds out what happens with the Stanley Cup. But Art, you got that video of this lady? Let's listen to her describe how distraught this has made her family.
And it takes a lot of work, a lot of hard work, a lot of hours go into it. It just really upset me that this trophy was disgraced and disrespected by being thrown as if it was a real football. I didn't sleep for the past 2 nights because of this. I was that upset because I know the passion that goes into this trophy and how my dad and all his fellow silversmiths are so proud to make this. I personally would like an apology, not just to me and my family and the other silversmiths, but to the fans.
Yeah, I got your apology right here.
She's probably so fun at parties.
Yeah, she's the best.
You see the Bucks GM responded to the video on Twitter. He had like a little GIF that said, "Lighten up, Francis."
I mean, anytime a girl's got that haircut, you know you're in trouble. Like, that haircut is a prime example of do not mess with this young lady.
We were just talking about cancel culture and everything like that. Like, is everybody's offended? Now, this is truly everybody being offended by everything. A damn trophy that you didn't even make.
Yeah. But you said it, Corey. If one person's offended, we got to get rid of it.
Hey, gotta stop throwing the damn trophy.
I really just want to see Tom Brady come out. I want to know what he has to say to this girl.
I want him to like do an interview with 7 of them behind him and then just him like knock over each one by one.
Literally.
Like just taunt this lady.
Thing is, Brady's that petty.
Yeah.
If you ever watch this Instagram, he's literally that petty.
But damn, I mean, for that, like, it's just so crazy to me that people can get offended by anything, like at this time in space where we're living right now. Because what he did wasn't that bad, especially because they caught the trophy. Like, if it hit the boat, fell in the water, and got all crazy, okay, yeah. Then be offended that your dad's work got hurt.
What do you mean,
I still
They
wouldn't.
paid for your service.
I
That's
get it. I get it, but it was actually damaged, right? So you can be like, oh, man, that sucks. My dad put a lot of hard work in it, and you damaged it. Like, I can understand
And then you're about to get another check for another one.
I was just going to say that. I would appreciate them if they broke this trophy because I'm doing another one. But truthfully, moving forward, do you think that they keep this contract with this family or do they just move on to someone else to make the trophy?
Well, Tiffany's makes the trophy. Like, I don't think it's a specific family. I think those people just work for Tiffany's. It's the same thing with the NBA trophy. It's made by Tiffany's. Like, when they bring out the NBA trophy, it's in that blue
nice
bag and, the Tiffany's blue bag and all that stuff. I didn't know it till 2004 when I actually got to hold the NBA championship trophy. And on the bottom of it is the Tiffany's stamp. And like I said, when they bring it out, it's got the Tiffany's bag on it and everything.
Yeah, he's just a designer. He doesn't
Yeah.
manufacture, produce it or anything. He just designed it.
No, it's like the dude that works at Apple being mad you broke your iPhone. Like,
Literally.
It's like, you didn't design it. You didn't make it. Like, you just leave the people alone. But I wanted to bring that up because we tweeted that out over the weekend, and Twitter went nuts for that lady. Hopefully she can apologize to the world for bringing that bullshit.
Hopefully she can finally get some sleep tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so awesome. Let's take a 15-second break, and when we come back, Pistons, man. We actually get to talk about the Pistons in a good light. We'll do that next.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate
of Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show. Thank you for everybody watching us on Facebook right now and sharing this and tagging people and letting them know about the Morning Woodward Show and the Woodward Sports Network. If you're on YouTube or you have a YouTube, slide over and subscribe to us. If you're on Twitter, please retweet. And if you're on IG, just drop your name. Let us know that you're watching right now so we can say hi to you. And coming soon is our app. I can't wait for that to launch. But damn, Joey.
Sheesh.
We've been waiting for this all season long, man. The Pistons won back-to-back games for the first time in over a year. Over a year is the first time. But they did it, and our rookies are looking damn good.
And what's crazy is this comes after a trade to one of the best players that we have, Derrick Rose, on the team. So it truthfully is just letting our young players go out there and learn on their own.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it, because you look at yesterday, we had 6 players on the team score 15-plus points. 6.
It was well-balanced, that's for sure.
And you also got to think about this. Even earlier on in the season, there were a lot of games that the Pistons lost basically due to the vets because the younger guys were playing better. It was, hate to say it, it was Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin either turning the ball over too much or shooting them out of games. So the young guys, the only way they're going to be able to grow is to go out there, take their lumps, and get real-time action. And we're starting to see that Troy Weaver did a damn good job with those picks.
It's crazy to think about, too, because we don't even have our number 7 overall pick.
Yeah.
Obviously, Killian Hayes has been out for weeks and is going to continue to be out for weeks. But what we're seeing out of Sadiq Bey and Isaiah Stewart, I mean, Art has some footage of Sadiq Bey just going absolutely nuts on the court. He went 7 for 7 for 3 over the weekend against the Celtics, setting a rookie record for the Pistons. And dude has just been shooting the lights out.
Yeah, he went 100% in that game, and then even yesterday's game, still shot 42% from beyond the arc. That's not horrible.
100% though, that game. That's crazy.
They're balling. I'm loving everything that I'm seeing. The one real thing I'm liking is that Jeremy Grant, even when he's not scoring 20+ points, he's still able to be a viable piece of the offense. So I'm just curious to see where they continue to grow moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, really, the only thing that is holding me back from uber excitement is the Killian Hayes thing. Imagine, I wanted Tyrese Halliburton, right? And he's up for Rookie of the Year right now.
Yeah,
you
got that one right.
He's been tearing it up in Sacramento. Imagine if it was Halliburton, Bey, and Stewart right now. How great we'd be feeling about the Pistons plan moving forward. Because I already feel good, but imagine how great we'd feel.
They might be close. I'm not going to say they would be a 500 team, but they would be probably right under it.
Yeah.
And that really just goes to show you it doesn't matter about the draft pick, because it shows right now our number 7 pick, he's not even on the court.
Right.
But even when he was on the court, he wasn't still balling out to the level that these other draft picks are. So it's just, I definitely want to say that we got it right. Weaver got it right on these other draft picks that we scooped up.
Yeah, and that's going to be my question. How confident, because going into the season, we were like, oh, it's a young team. They're going to be exciting. Then we got about 10 games in. It's like, man, they're a young team. This really isn't that exciting. They keep getting their ass kicked. But now we've seen that they're taking it to the best teams in the league. They're taking it to the Lakers, the 76ers, the Celtics. They're beating really strong playoff teams. Yes, they're losing to teams they shouldn't lose to, but they're showing that they can be competitive with anybody on any given night.
You know what? Because they're running the floor. They are not lazy. They have 3. I think the youngest, they have 3 guys over 30. Everybody else is in their 20s. They're a young team running up and down the court, very energetic, and they don't quit. Something that Casey has instilled in them. You see it on the floor, and their confidence is growing. Earlier, they're still young, so they were making some of those younger rookie mistakes. But now, as they're growing together and getting to know each other as a unit, you're starting to see them feel how each other plays, and it's coming together. I'm curious to see, like I said, where they go. I'm not trying to say we're about to make a playoff run or nothing crazy like that, but I do want to see something where it's all right, we can build onto this next year by getting another piece or, something like that.
They're only 3.5 games out of that 8 spot for the playoffs right now.
I was just going to say.
It's scary, though, because, I'm never a fan of, hey, lose to get a better draft pick, but it sure would be nice to get into the draft lottery with this team.
Yeah. So, I'm with you. I don't know. I don't want to say lose, but it's just like, damn, y'all, I don't want to hold y'all back from y'all really getting it together.
Right.
I'm going to be honest, but I don't think it's crazy to say that we could get that 8th seed.
No, it's not. They're only 3.5 games out, and they're trending up.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said, the beginning of the season, they've been tripping over their feet. They've been blowing big leads. When they're down, you can see them come back, but they can never quite get over the hump. And now, I mean, if they keep trending in this direction, yeah, we're looking at a playoff team with zero experience pretty much anywhere on the court.
It just shows how bad the East is right now. That's really what it is.
True. I mean, that's also true, but you got to play who's on your schedule.
The number one team we got in our conference right now is 18-9, and that's the 76ers. And a 9-loss team is the 4th seed in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
So it just shows, but we got to take advantage of that.
I mean, in the East, you really got to worry, to me, about 3 teams. You got Toronto, you got Philly, and then you got Brooklyn. Outside of that, it's kind of a wide-open race in the East.
The Bucks a little scary, too.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget. I always forget about the Bucks just because they're up in the middle of nowhere. Even though they have Giannis, I always forget about the Bucks. But yeah, I like the way the Pistons are trending right now, man. And I love what Saddiq Bey did. I mean, we've talked about Isaiah Stewart on this show probably the most out of any rookie, just because dude absolutely bosses up no matter who he's playing. Like last night, I loved watching him and Zion go at it. Like that was what I was looking forward into that game. I love that he's gotten under the skin of some of the best players in the league, like Giannis. I mean, dude just gets into fights every game. Miles Turner he got in a fight with.
And it was really good? To start our season, the Pistons had a brutal schedule. They went against some heavyweights. But if you look at their next 9 games, I'm not going to lie, a lot of those are winnable. Because a lot of those teams are not really – they're kind of like middle of the pack. They're good but not great. I mean, let's look like at their next 9 games. Home versus San Antonio – or San Antonio Spurs. Then they go on a road trip against Dallas, Memphis, 2 back-to-back Orlando, and Pelicans again. Then you got a home stand with Sacramento, New York, and then you got Toronto. Like, out of those 9 games, I could honestly see them going like 6-3.
That would be great to just see the Pistons go on a nice 10-game run, But once again, it's scary because that puts us in the playoffs essentially, and now we're not picking in the lottery.
Screw the draft picks.
I
want to see the Pistons make it to the playoffs, especially after the start that we had of the season, losing Killian. This would be one of the greatest comeback stories.
They'd make a Disney movie about it. So we just wanted to touch on the Pistons. Obviously, they went 2-0 over the weekend, beating the Celtics and the Pelicans. Up for 3 wins in a row against San Antonio, which... Damn, when's the last time we won 3 games in a row? Since it's been a year since we won 2 in a row.
You know what's really grinding my gears, though? It's this. All during the offseason, when the Pistons threw the 3-year $60 million at Jeremy Grant, everybody was saying, the Pistons were stupid. They overpaid. Jeremy Grant hasn't showed that much in Denver. Why would they get that guy? This is going to be this going to blow up in their face. Jeremy Grant has been balling. Now, all of a sudden, Jeremy Grant is the subject of trade rumors to Boston and L.A. and, what the hell? Why can't Detroit just have a good player without a guy? Somebody. I know trade talks happen all the time, but y'all talk so much trash about Jeremy Grant. Now he's the hottest thing on the trade market.
It is crazy that just like 20 games in, his value has gone from here to like, oh man, this guy could be an MVP in the league.
And thing is, props to him. He bet on himself. He said, I'm not. He could have took the same deal and stayed with the Nuggets, and he said, nope, I'm going to bet on myself. And now, hottest guy on the market.
And another player that is having some better trade talk rumors is Mason Plumley in the way that he's been playing. The dude gets a triple-double. If I tell you who dropped 17, 10, and 10 yesterday, you're not going to say Mason Plumley.
No, he would probably be like the 15th guy, I guess.
Yes, literally. And
there's only 12 on the roster. So
I wonder if there was a prop bet on my bookie.
Right.
Betting on Mason Plumley getting a triple-double.
Oh, I'm absolutely sure there was.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
You should do that every game, Joey. Put $1 down.
It's happened, what, twice this season?
No, once.
Once?
Yep.
It's his first triple-double career.
We got to give a shout-out to Mitch checking in, Steve, my boy Fremont, Lynn, Kendra, everybody checking in on the Facebook chat right now. Thank you guys for being involved in this. We appreciate you sharing, you liking comments, you putting your comments in there, giving us feedback on the topics that we're talking about, and what's up to Karen and everybody on YouTube watching right now, and, of course, Twitter and IG.
Is that Super Bowl Karen or different Karen?
Different Karen.
Oh, okay. Hey, Karen.
I feel so bad for anybody named Karen and Felicia today.
Felicia, I feel like, is over.
It is over, but it's always going to stick with you.
Right.
Like, always. Like, that's always going to be there, at least for kids our age.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to be able to hear the name Felicia and not think, bah, Felicia.
You have to. You have to.
And I watched the NWA movie over the weekend when apparently, like, the originator of that, when Felicia was hooking up with them and their boyfriend came to look for them in the hotel room, and he threw her ass out. Bah, Felicia. But, yeah, I feel bad for Felicia's and especially Karen's.
Yeah, Karen's are Karen's right now, especially because we're in this cancel culture. So if you got the name Karen, you're probably just canceled automatically when people see your name. And I feel so bad for you.
What guy name do you feel bad about? Like, there's not really a bad guy name.
Chad.
Really?
Chad is always a name.
Really?
Because, like, you know, like, you're a Chad. Like, that's always been, like, that's the only guy name I could think of.
Yeah. I don't think there's a bad guy. Art? Is it Art?
See, but how many Artemises are there?
There's no Artemises. We got the only one, thank goodness. So, yeah, if your name is Karen or your name is Felicia, thank you for watching, and we sympathize for you. And I also got to talk about Levels. If you haven't heard about Levels Dispensary, it's amazing. I drove by it actually yesterday in downtown Ferndale. It's right off 9 Mile in Hilton. And when you're driving by and you see some of these dispensaries, you're like, I don't know if I'd go into that place. I don't know if I'd feel safe going in there. This place is beautiful. It looks like an office building. It's so clean, so nice. You know, the signage is beautiful. And that's what they do. Not only do they take care of the outside of their building, they take care of everything on the inside of their building. So Levels Provisioning, it's coming soon. It's going to open soon. I cannot wait to share this experience with you guys. If you're on Instagram right now, give them a follow real quick. It's at Enjoy Levels, and we got tons of big stuff coming up with Levels Provisioning Center in Ferndale, opening very, very soon.
Hey, Steve talking that smack to Art in the chat. You see that?
Uh-oh.
Steve saying, I told you Usman was going to win.
Uh-oh. The male Karens are Kevins. That's what we're hearing.
Kevin?
I never
heard that one.
Yeah.
Every Kevin I know. See, the thing, too, is you always kind of go in your personal life. And for me, I know so many Kevins that are just such great people.
Anytime I hear the name Kevin, I just think of Kevin McAllister. It instantly goes there.
I do love that movie. Speaking of young kids, glad you brought that up. Trevor Lawrence, projected #1 overall pick in the NFL draft. He had his pro day over the weekend, and he looked damn good. Art has some footage of him throwing. And, I mean, is there any reason this kid is not going to go #1 overall?
I mean, he hasn't done. Sunshine hasn't done enough to lose that spot. I mean,
I love how you call him Sunshine.
I mean, that's who he is. That's who he is. Remember the Titan, Sunshine.
But when you look at the injury that he was fighting and then going in all these surgery talks, like, to me, I look at that differently. But then you see him balling out, throwing 60-yard dimes in his pro day like it was nothing. Right on spot. Like, this guy's got such a great arm, but to me, all the surgery talks is what scares me.
Well, it's on his non-throwing shoulder, and I guess he consulted with Urban Meyer before he did his pro day, and they said, you don't have to throw. We can do the pro day after the surgery or whatever, but then you're pushing it to August, and then we're getting very close. So the dude's a football player. He wanted to play football. He went out there, and, I thought he did great in his pro day. What I thought was interesting is, out of all the NFL coaches, the only one on the field was Urban Meyer. Everybody else was sitting up in the stands watching him. Urban Meyer was literally right by him, like, watching every single motion of this kid. So I don't see his draft stock plummeting at all.
Man, Art's playing these videos right now. He's just such a good quarterback. But for me, it's because, you mentioned that it's the non-throwing arm. That's always the injury that a quarterback has because, when they're going to throw, if he's a right hand, this is where you're getting hit first.
Yeah, well, and you want to fall on that shoulder too.
For sure. So it's scary, because you're taking a big chance, especially when now they're saying 4 great quarterbacks in this NFL draft. I would say 2, but 4 great quarterbacks in this NFL draft that you got to take the chance because there is not a single mock draft out there that does not have him at number 1.
I haven't seen anything just off of looking on the video that would make me cautious. We'll take that back. I haven't seen anything in the video that would make me want to draft somebody else at number 1, but also at the same time, it's just anytime you're drafting somebody who has an injury and has to get surgery before they start, I'm just always leery of it. Like, that's one of those things where I'm just, you're rolling, you're making a big roll of the dice, even though it's his non-throwing arm. Surgery is still surgery.
Yeah, I have less concerns about his injury than I did about Tua coming out. Because Tua had, he had to reconstruct his whole hip and throwing motion and, the push-off. And there's so much more involved than, okay, my left shoulder's a little screwed up.
Yeah, because Tua's career was almost in jeopardy.
Yeah, when it first happened, they said it was the Bo Jackson injury. And, it took Bo Jackson completely out. His hip dislocated from his socket. And the fact that Tua was able to come back on such a short time span and prove that he's a valuable quarterback in the NFL. If I could draft Tua, I definitely could draft Lawrence. And we got to touch on the Jazz since we're talking about Urban Meyer. I know you wanted to touch on this a little bit because his first real big hire they fired or he resigned over the weekend, right? Chris Doyle.
I don't even really have much to say about it.
There isn't much to say.
It's just like, really, Urban? Like, I'm not even going to get into the whole it's not even about he could have hired a black coach in that position. You could have literally hired anybody.
Right.
You could have hired anybody and nobody would have gave you any smoke, but you hire a guy who was fired for his mistreatment of black athletes and you hired him because that's your boy. It's just not. It's off to a rocky start already.
Well, and then you succumb to peer pressure and you get rid of the guy. But it took the internet to force you to make a proper decision.
And that's what I have a problem with. If you felt that strongly about hiring him, go ahead and stand by it and keep him. I mean, you already did the deed. You already made yourself look like an ass by hiring somebody with that type of past. Just go ahead and stand by it. But hey, like I said, I don't really have much to say about it. I mean, it is what it is. You're an idiot.
Yeah, I loved one of the tweets that I saw is like Urban Meyer thought because he knew a racist dude for 20 years that was a good enough of a reason to hire him. I've known him 20 years. He's fine, but
I don't think that's how it works.
Yeah, and when I dug in and saw some of the things he said when he was coaching at Iowa, it was just he wasn't overtly racist. He was just kind of the over extreme mild racist, oh, I'm gonna pull your scholarship and send you back to the ghetto. That's what he would say. He wouldn't directly come at him, but he'd just say those types of weird things. And obviously the Jags released a statement Saturday, and it said, Chris Doyle came to us this evening to submit his resignation, and we've accepted. Chris did not want to be a distraction to what we are building in Jacksonville. We are responsible for all aspects of our program, and in retrospect, should have given greater consideration to how this appointment may have affected all that's involved. We wish him the best as he moves forward in his career. What a good way to wash your hands and distance yourself.
No, really? We should have given this greater consideration. Come on.
Yeah, sometimes common sense just loses it on that stuff, man.
Is it? Why is it everywhere that Urban Meyer, everywhere he goes, trouble follows him? I'm not going to be shocked if somewhere down the line, and I'm not wishing bad health on him. I'm just saying we know how Urban Meyer gets down. I would not be surprised if once controversy follows him, he's gonna have to walk away from the game because he can't take it anymore. So
yep. His health reasons, quote unquote health reasons. That's what he bailed on Ohio State from last time when it was really just probation reasons. Your whole program.
Yeah, I mean he didn't, and also too didn't at Ohio State one of his coaches was abusing his wife, and he kind of knew about that and overlooked it.
Not kind of knew about it.
He
consulted
him. Yeah.
He consulted hey, I beat the hell out of my. Okay, well let's just keep this under the rug. It's dude. Fire the guy immediately. It's not that hard.
You know this happens so much, too. It's just the ones that get caught.
Right.
That's it. Because they put football before anything. Personal lives do not matter to these players.
I told you. I said it outside of just, what I feel about, how the mistreatment of black guys in the NFL, college sports and all those coaches, they don't care about women. They really don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to speak for all of them,
but some of how they address certain things.
Yeah,
it's just they just turn a blind eye to whatever is going to ruin a football program.
Yeah, it seems like when you dive deep into those types of meathead programs, like that's what you get is just meatheads. Like that's all they are is just meatheads. They know nothing but football and hitting, and that's it. There's no realm of treating women well. There's no realm of treating people well. I'm a football guy and I get to say whatever the hell I want to whoever I like. Very strange. You know, you could go back to the Penn State, the Jerry Sandusky thing. Like how the hell that got swept under the rug for so long is just crazy to me. And then you go to Michigan State with Larry Nassar and what happened with that. And then, you know, we were talking about Michigan, how they've hid what happened with under the Bo Schembechler era for so long. It's just crazy to me how these programs have the bunker boys mentality.
Well, you know, the reason a lot of that stuff is now starting to come to light is because of what we're on right now, social media.
Yeah.
You're able to, and the internet, you're able to go back and check things. You're able to go out and put that, instead of just going to back in the day, you had to go to a reporter and get that information out. You can put your own story out right there.
Yeah, but how do these leaders of programs, like somebody comes to them and tells them these atrocities that are happening, and you're just like, yeah, well, you know, boys will be boys and just move on. Like, I don't understand the concept. Like, you know, I was very disappointed in Tom Izzo in the way he handled the Larry Nassar thing because he said he heard about it, but he didn't pursue it. And it's like, damn, man, maybe if he had a daughter or something, he would have taken it a little more seriously. But
he does have a daughter, doesn't he?
Does he? I don't know.
Coach Izzo, yeah, he has
I don't
a daughter.
know if he has a daughter, but I couldn't imagine hearing that as a coach and as a predominant figure and not being like, oh my God, we got to clear this out of the program, all of our athletics, or it's going to tarnish our whole system here. And nobody ever seems to take that responsibility upon themselves.
And that's what's crazy because, I mean, you look at college teams, especially when it's with football, they have like 120 players or so, and it's no excuse. But that's 120 people that are not paid, so they look at it as, oh, we don't really have much to lose. But there's so many people that you got to keep track of that it's probably destined to happen that some of them have some issues, and it's on the coach to protect them, to lead them, to make sure things like this doesn't happen because they see it happen time and time again, and then they just cover it up.
And I'll tell you, so just to answer your question, yes, Izzo has a daughter and a son. So, yeah.
So how did you hear that Larry Nassar news and not flip the table and be like, not in my program?
Honestly, I think it just comes down to one thing.
Money?
Nobody wants to. When it comes to money, some people do not have the morals that you would like them to have.
But they still gotta sleep at night, man. That's my thing. Like, I don't give a fuck how much money you give me. I could not sleep at night knowing my team doctor was raping people.
But you're a good person. You're a good person who is not motivated by your money and your status.
Yeah.
Some other people are not. They just it's messed up. But that's what they do. They cover up stuff because, hey, you know what? I ain't got nothing to do with it, so I'm about to go ahead and affect my bottom line.
But you know you're going to get caught at some point, so don't be so dumb because, you know, if you were to be the person that comes out, you would be the biggest hero because this never happens.
But, Joey, the thing is, you're right. But some people in that position, they don't think they're ever going to get caught. They think they're above reproach.
Yeah. That's what it is. That's what they think they will never get caught until they get caught, and then they're still not going to learn from that.
And really, that trickles upwards. Like, that's the AD that's making them feel that way. That's the campus president or the college president that's making them feel untouchable. And really, in actuality, you should be the moral compass for that entire program if you're leading it. And you know, that's just kind of what disgusts me is these guys that are getting paid tons of money to lead young men, to create character, to like make these people ready for real life, and are giving them zero tools. And like that's, to me, that's Urban Meyer in a nutshell. Like the guy, he scammed his way through every program, cheated every program that he's been in, left them high and dry when it was starting to get hot on his end, and now he's in the pros and already making dumb decisions on coaches.
Hey, me and my friends have a saying, and I don't think it's pretty, you know, I think it might be pretty common. I'm not sure, but karma has no return date. So you never know when it's going to come, and who knows?
Yeah, hopefully Larry Nassar is in jail right now getting pounded. And that's his karma coming at him. Just pounded right now, Larry. I hope you're watching this and getting pounded by your roommate. Because you deserve it.
Okay, so you mean okay? That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah, no,
okay, okay, not beat up, pounded.
Yeah, pounded.
Okay.
Like yeah,
he deserves it.
Oh, he deserves way more than that, man. But, dude, that whole story, I don't want to go back and revisit it, but the fact that, like, that just whole story of how he got away with it for so long and the things he was doing and, like, the procedures that he would perform on these girls that weren't actually procedures, but it's like, oh, I got to put my hand there, and it's just... it makes
how do
me
you
feel
get
gross.
to that point? Like,
I don't know.
I really can't fathom this. Like, how do you get your sick mind to that point to where you can sleep at night?
I don't know.
Knowing that you did that.
And you know what? Me and my friends used to talk about that. It's not for us to understand because we're not those kind of people.
Yeah.
And we'll never be those kind of people.
No. So yeah, Urban Meyer already up to Urban Meyer things in Jacksonville, but most likely they're going to draft Trevor Lawrence #1 overall. Just to get back to talking about his pro day, he looked good. He made every throw. I'm not worried about his left shoulder, so he's going to go #1 overall, and that leaves a bunch of quarterbacks left over that maybe the Lions will pick up. And obviously we'll talk more about mock drafts and stuff throughout the week this week. But yeah, Lions still sitting there at #7. But you know who's sitting there at #1?
Who was that?
Michigan.
Oh,
University of Michigan. March Madness on Twitter. They released their top 16 seeds, and Michigan gets one of the #1 seeds if the tournament started today. How you guys feeling about Michigan right now?
You know what? I'm really happy and proud for Juwan Howard. He came in under a really tough way because John Beilein left like a thief in the night.
Yeah.
Like, I talked to one of the coaches, somebody on the Michigan coaching staff at the time when it happened, and he told me the whole coaching staff was blindsided. They had no clue this was coming, not even an inclination. They found out the same way everybody else did. So to the point for Juwan Howard to have to come in and out of the blue and filled Beilein's shoes the way that he did in their second year, he has them as one of the top ranked programs in the country. And this is not even with the class that's about to come in. It's about to get real serious in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, they're becoming a basketball school.
And it's crazy because you look at the class that they got coming in too. And this class is nasty. Mm-hmm. And I respect – I truthfully could say that Coach Juwan Howard might be my favorite coach right now.
Just period? Across all sports?
I truthfully think so because you just see the way that he is. And Art, play the video again of him dancing with his team before the game because they haven't seen the court since January 22nd. They had to deal with this COVID-type thing to where they were the whole what was it, like within the athletic department that someone got the variation to COVID. And that's almost a month of not playing. And you see the way that he's led his team throughout these last couple of weeks and just having fun and being a leader. And obviously they respect him, but he's just such a great guy.
Yeah, and for them to come back yesterday and, completely dominate the last 4 minutes of that game and, hold Wisconsin scoreless, like, you just see it, and you feel it with these guys. There's good energy. They like each other, which is always important if you're on a team that you actually like the guys that you're playing with, and you like your coach. And what Juwan Howard brings with the cachet of knowing LeBron and knowing D-Wade, like I often wonder how often in like team meetings he gets those guys on FaceTime. It's like, guys, LeBron got some advice for our next game. What you want to do? And like as a high school or as a college player, there's nothing better than that.
See, but you look at him, he does it when the team only has one loss, one of the best teams in the country. Imagine Coach Harbaugh. He probably covers up all the losses that they have by using all that, like pulling out like, hey, look who it is, guys. Tom Brady.
Hey, look, I got Andrew Luck on the phone. We're going to be great, just like Stanford.
I mean, Harbaugh brings in all of his guys. He brings in a Ric Flair, freaking Migos. He brings in a lot of stuff just to kind of pad up that resume or
it works.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if Migos showed up at my house on a recruiting trip. I'd be like, what the hell is going on?
Dude, literally, he's brought like Big Sean, Migos,
right?
Tom Brady, like every single star that you idolize meeting, he brings them.
So if we're looking at the bracket right now, Michigan is ranked number 3 in the country, and in the Region 3, Michigan would have the number 1 seed, Missouri would have the number 4, West Virginia would have the number 3, and Houston would have the number 2. I like that region.
I do too. And you know what? I think they can really pull it off. I believe it was that one. I want to say it was the Wisconsin game, not the Wisconsin. It was one of those games where I said if they won that game, they have a chance to really go ahead and go all the way. And they're looking really good.
They won that game.
I want to hold on. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I can't wait, man. I can't believe we're 2 weeks away from March. Just 2 weeks away from March, man. And that means we didn't get March Madness last year. So we may get March Madness for the first time in 2 years coming up soon.
What's your favorite tournament playoffs for sports?
March Madness, for sure.
Me too.
For sure.
Me too.
I mean, I like all the other ones, but I don't really care about college basketball a ton during the regular season, but come March Madness, I study every team. Like, I'm watching every game. You know, that Thursday when they open up, like, at noon, I'm glued to the TV watching just upsets happen. To me, it's the greatest sporting event that there is.
I like March Madness, but just for me, it's still my NBA playoffs. It's just something about the NBA playoffs that the game just, I'll say like this. Maybe not so much the first round, but once that second round hits, it's like it's a whole different ball game. You start seeing players really rise to their level, or you see some shrink in the moment. So
Right.
I love it, but to your point, I think the greatest finishes, though, hands down, March Madness.
Oh, March Madness is
Hands
great.
down.
Watching, like, Sister Jean from Loyola become, like, a mascot. Yes, we got sick of her then, but still, I mean, that doesn't happen anywhere else.
Yeah, it was still a feel-good moment for the first 2 weeks, and after that, I was like, all right.
Yeah, Stanley Cup playoffs, and that's true. Like, hockey is probably fourth on my list of top 4 sports, but playoff hockey, I love watching some playoff hockey, man. Those guys go at
But
it.
even then, like, the reason why I like football so much is it's just one game and then keep going.
Yeah.
Basketball, 7 games. There's so much to it. But you look at March Madness, you have to play your best that game. I don't care if you're a number 1 seed or if you're a number 16 seed. There could be 16 seed versus 16 seed in the championship. Like, that's what's so cool to me is that there's so many upsets throughout this.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you. I do enjoy when there are 7-game series, though, because Game 7 for the championship, like, there's nothing like a Game 7 when the teams have battled it out for 6 games. They're so familiar with each other. They're familiar with the play calls. They're familiar with the angles you're going to take on defense. Like, I do enjoy that, watching the teams adjust mid-series.
I love Game 7s. Like, Game 7s, I don't know what it is. I mean, of course, we know what it is. You lose, you go home. But it's just that so many damn memories just off of those games. I think my favorite one, though, was when the Clippers lost last year. They blew that 3-1 lead. That was just beautiful.
Yeah.
You gotta love seeing those upsets.
One of the most brutal Game 7s that I could ever remember is when the Red Wings lost to the Penguins, Game 7. Oh, that was so
Crosby.
tough. I was down at the Fox Theater watching it on the big screen. Like, everybody was hyped. Like, we were about to flood Woodward if we won the championship, and wah, wah, wah. Like,
Didn't we give up the lead on that series, too?
We did. Yep. Just we were up 3-2.
Yeah.
We were up 3-2 in that series, and then they came here and won 2 games here. It was just awful, awful, awful. But at least we were in the Stanley Cup Finals. So we got Adam coming up next. He's got his parlay of the day. Art, let's take a 15-second break, and when we come back, Adam will give you his betting tips.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick. I got Joey in here, Corey, Art, Fish, and Adam is here with his parlay of the day. We do this pretty much every day around 8:50. Running a little late today, but Adam, big games tonight. What's going on? Who you betting on? How'd you do over the weekend? Just tell us all, baby.
Yeah, weekend was great, actually. I took Michigan during the live, right around when they were down 14.
All right.
I took them at plus 240 to win. Put 50 on that. It was a nice return. So, yeah, it was a good weekend. We're up right now. But fun part. Artemis's favorite part because he hates listening to me. But I got 5 games to go on today. So
Five?
we got
A five-game parlay today?
Yeah, a little risky, but you know, I don't know. I just
Gotta have fun with it.
You gotta have fun with it. You know, you can't take this too seriously.
All right. So who you got?
You got Chicago covering. I got them at 5.5 points. I think they'll cover tonight. I got Golden State covering. They're 8.5 points against Cleveland. I hate the Cavaliers, so whenever I get a chance to bet against them, I will.
Yeah, they've gone to shit, man.
Yeah,
like
they started out so hot too.
It. Right, they deserve it.
Yeah, they don't have a good team.
Nobody likes Cleveland. I've got the Atlanta Hawks covering the spread. It's only 1.5. It's gonna be it's a toss-up game, but whoever wins, they're gonna win by covering. So you can't go wrong either way. And then we move to hockey. I actually got the over at 5.5 between the Florida Panthers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I don't know why, but this whole season for hockey has been just a tremendous amount of goals being scored.
Is it like baseball? They juice the pucks. Like, what is going on with hockey?
I think COVID has a huge part of it. No fans in the arena. You know, I just think they're much more loose, and the game has been sped up a lot by the rule changes over the last few years.
I mean, you look at last game, Lightning beat the Panthers 6-1. So that's 7 goals right there, and they're gonna be playing again today.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad bet.
Look, that game could end 4-2, 4-3. Doesn't matter. I'm happy as long as it's over 5.5.
All right. Why are the goaltenders so shitty this year?
That's a great question.
That is okay. I'll figure that out.
Yeah, we should talk about why the goalkeepers are so shit. But the last one is the Dallas Stars winning straight up. I just got them. It's a $20 bet, and it pays off $377. So it's a nice chunk of change.
Yeah, for just $20. And that's the cool thing with your parlays, you know, like this isn't we're asking people to put $1,000 down. You can, if you want to, you can do whatever you want. But if you got $5 and you want to make some games interesting, throw $5 on it.
That's for the heavy hitters in our best bet Michigan group chat on Facebook. A lot of good people on there, actually. A lot of smart people know what they're doing. So if you ever need advice, not only here, go join our group chat on Facebook. It's really good.
Yeah. You're so soft-spoken this morning, Adam.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that great.
Oh,
so.
Jesus.
Oh,
everybody in this building's sick. You guys get the hell away from me.
I'm straight now.
Like, I can't afford to get sick, man.
It's more sinuses more so than being sick. But yeah.
We shouldn't have made out this weekend. I told you, Adam.
I know, man.
For the last time,
me and Joey had a blast this weekend.
Well, Adam, thank you for coming on with your parlay of the day. We do that every morning at about 8:50, and it's brought to you by MyBookie. Sign up for MyBookie right now. Go to mybookie.com. If you enter promo code Woodward, you'll get hooked up with 50% of your original deposit up to $1,000, which is amazing. Put in a G, get $1,500 back to gamble.
We've been close all of last week. There's no such thing as close when you're gambling. It's either you hit or you miss. But you know, these parlays were missing by one leg, so we're getting close. I think a lot of people are on the edge. Are like, oh man, we're so close. We're so close. I'm feeling good about this one.
Yeah, the Pistons screwed me last week on my parlay. I did not expect them to win, but damn.
You'll never see me come up here and say fuck the Pistons.
No, hell no.
Except when it comes to this stuff.
That's why I don't like betting on my own team.
Nets? But you know what? Whatever. We move on. We move on.
Because didn't you bet that the Pistons would win like every single game?
Pretty much, yeah. And I just figured they were playing the Nets, and you know the Nets. I like the Nets. They don't play defense, but they can put up points like nobody's business.
Speaking of Pistons, Mike Broadwell, the guy who works here, bet $1,000 on the Pacers beating the Pistons. That was one of the most nerve-wracking moments I've had so far of giving people betting advice. This dude literally put $1,000 on it, and I sat that whole game watching with like biting my nails and so nervous. Like, I hope I didn't just cost this guy so much money. But he ended up winning, so I could care less now. It's funny to talk about now.
Yeah, congratulations, Broadwell.
Yeah, Broadwell.
I don't have enough balls to put $1,000 down on something. Like the most I've bet, it was during the Super Bowl, and it was like $100. You know, like I just don't have that type of money to be wasting, I guess. But, you know, if you're a smart gambler and you know how to do it, go make that money, baby.
I picked a whole bunch of like random games in a parlay over the weekend, and then it like got to the point where the odds were so against me that I put $5 on this bet. It would have won like $2,700.
Nice. That's what you do, though.
That's what you do. If you're trying to win without breaking the bank, what you do is you deposit $100. MyBookie will give you an additional $50 on top of that, and you take that $150 and you make $5, $10 bets throughout a week. And if you're smart about it, you're gonna hit 2, 3, 4 out of the 15, 16 that you make, and that'll double, triple what you already have. So you just gotta play smart. Don't get caught up in putting the big money bets on one game.
Yeah. So thank you, Adam, for your parlay of the day. Joey, it's 9 a.m. Do you know what that means?
Time to give you some news.
Time for Joey's news.
Good morning, everyone.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
It's not very often that I get to start the week by saying that Detroit sports were undefeated this weekend.
That's right, bitches.
The Detroit Pistons, back-to-back wins for the first time this season, beating the Celtics and beating Zion Williamson's Pelicans yesterday. Sadiq Bey dropping 30 on Friday. Mason Plumley with the triple-double yesterday. And then the Detroit Red Wings beating the Nashville Predators 4-2 Saturday night. Just a great weekend watching Detroit sports, and we needed that because there's no football this weekend, and this was the first weekend without football that we needed some good Detroit sports games.
I felt like I went through a mild breakup this weekend. Like, I couldn't tell why I was sad. I just knew I was sad on Sunday. Luckily, Valentine's Day was there to distract me, but damn, I miss football.
Yeah, today, by the way, is even better than Valentine's Day because you get all your 50% off candy. So make sure you go get your candy today. We just talked about Michigan basketball and how they're projected to be a #1 seed in the tournament this year for March Madness. And they're ranked number 3. Got a W against the 21st team in the country.
The 21th?
21.
21st?
21st team
Attaboy.
in the country.
21th, he says.
Wisconsin, baby. 21, 22nd.
The 20th.
20th, 21st. But that was a great game. Isaiah Livers and Franz Wagner.
Yeah.
Balling out. That's our boy right there.
It is. Just because we loved older Wagner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to like the little brother on top of that. But this was their first game since January 22nd. So I'm glad to see Maize and Blue back on the court. This is one of my favorite, though, is Michael McDowell. If you bet, it was plus 10,000 that he would win the Daytona 500. And he ended up winning this. All thanks to this, I feel weird saying thanks to this crazy-ass crash to end right before the final lap finished.
Hey, man, rubbin's racing. And this is what happens in NASCAR. Sometimes you just got to survive, Joey.
It was crazy. So congratulations to Michael McDowell. I don't even know who this dude is, but he ended up winning. So the Daytona 500, great weekend right there. And I just wanted to give you a little local news update because Metro Detroit is expected to get 3 to 6 inches of snow later on tonight through the morning tomorrow. So you might want to stay off of the roads tonight.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow all day long today.
Yeah.
Like all day long. And shout out Yaldo.
Yeah, so Yaldo Eye Center is who I got to thank because there's so many times like at night in the dark, especially when it's raining, I would have the biggest issues driving because I couldn't see that well. But now I got the greatest vision, 2015 vision to brag real quick, all thanks to his custom LASIK with cats. So call for your free evaluation right now at 1-800-398-EYES or go to YaldoEyeCenter.com. It's a free evaluation. Take advantage of it.
Awesome, man. Thank you, Joey, and thank you, Dr. Yaldo. He did my eyes, too. So I talked about this like a month and a half ago. I think I was the only one up here excited about it, the fan-controlled football. Remember that? You guys remember that? No?
It just sounded weird to me.
7-on-7, and fans get to call the plays with live players like it's Madden.
You did. Now I remember. I remember now.
Yeah. Well, they had their first games over the weekend, man.
Yeah, I saw Johnny Manzel out there.
Johnny Manzel is the starting quarterback for one of the teams, and he had this crazy scramble early in the game, and this game ended also in a crazy call. And I love this because, listen, like I said, I was sad I didn't have my Sunday football, my NFL, but this fan-controlled football on Twitch is actually kind of fun, and it was decent football. Did you guys watch any of it? Did you see any of the highlights?
I saw highlights. What's crazy to me is the field. Like, this is like the arena football field, you know? It's so tiny that when I saw Johnny Manzel on that play, it's like, I get scared that these guys are going to get hurt because you come from playing football into a field that's probably 10 times as wide to playing it in such a narrow field like that. It was crazy.
Yeah, but remember when they used to have arena football here in Detroit and stuff? I mean, it was the same thing, and they could check you into walls and throw you in the stands. What I love about this is there's no field goals. Like, they don't even have uprights for you to kick field goals during this game. And obviously, I love that players are allowed to call the game and the fans are allowed to choose the plays. But you look at this, you look at a guy like Johnny Manzel, right? He failed NFL quarterback, failed AF quarterback, failed Canadian League football quarterback, but you put him in this league, he looked damn good yesterday playing 7-on-7.
How does the Heisman Trophy winner fall from grace that far to fan-controlled football?
I don't think it's a fall from grace. I played fan control football, but I didn't win the Heisman, so I guess it's a completely different argument.
The best part are the point afters because
yes,
there is no field goal, so it's literally a one-on-one matchup. And to me, that is just football at its finest.
Yeah, if you didn't see how they do their extra points, it's literally they'll put a wide receiver on a cornerback out here. No pressure on the quarterback, and it's just a one-on-one drill. And if you catch the ball, you get your point. If you don't get your point. So I'm looking forward to more games. And obviously, if you're on Twitch and you watch Twitch frequently, make sure you hop on over and follow Woodward Sports because we do live streaming from there pretty much every night, right, Art?
Monday through Saturday.
Monday through Saturday? Yeah, so if you're on our Twitch, make sure you follow us at Woodward Sports. We do a lot of gaming on there. Eventually, we'll be on there doing the live show on there, too. So Twitch is on the come up. Woodward Sports is a part of it, so make sure you're following us there. And you can watch some more fan-controlled football. I had a lot of fun going over these highlights of the game. It's 7-on-7 football. The fans get to call the plays. They had Marshawn Lynch doing the broadcast, which gold. Absolute gold.
Snoop Dogg's number 1 and Marshawn Lynch is always number 2 when it comes to commentating.
Right. So do you guys feel that they have something here, or do you think this is just going to be another flash-in-the-pan fake league that pops up for a year?
I at first, my thoughts is flash in the pan. This is going to last maybe a year, but you know what? I think that with everything that is going on right now, everybody just wants some type of entertainment, some type of outlet, some type of sport. So it's a possibility it could catch on. I think they would need to raise their branding a lot more for it to really take off, because I can see this not necessarily taking off with our demographic. Some people may like it, but younger kids and teens, people who are really heavily on Twitch, this could be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's new, it's fun, it's interactive, and that's what you got to do with something new,
It's just the way that they tackle this is going to really be the biggest thing to see how long it'll survive, because the whole idea is cool, but now what? It's like we know it's fan-controlled, and that's all exciting, but to me, you watch it, and it still feels like arena football. Yep. So it's like, what could they do to take it to that next level? Because you mentioned the whole Twitch. And if you can get some good reputable names a part of this, that's going to really be where they could succeed.
Yeah, and I mean, Johnny Manzel's a start.
It's a start, but is that enough?
No. But I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was football. It was better than nothing. And I had fun watching. And next time I'm going to actually try to get in and calling the plays. That's where the real fun begins. You call a play that results in a touchdown, you're going to feel awesome about yourself, and you're going to want to invest more and be more a part of it. So,
do you know the backstory to how that all works? Could you explain it?
I don't. That's why I want to get into it.
I'm curious to see how it really works, because, I mean, how many people in the world are out here trying to call the plays? So to be that person calling the play would be so cool.
I also do like the fact that, just doing a little quick research on it, it's not a long season. It's 4 weeks, a playoff game and a championship. So the fact that they're not trying to do too much with it to start off with, I think that is one reason why you could see it stick around. But like I said, for with the internet popping off more, things like Twitch, I would like to see them raise their branding, because I think that they have something. They just have to target that right demographic, and it could really just be something moving forward.
Right, and as far as calling the plays, fans get an initial option, run or pass, simple enough. From there, fans get to choose 3 plays from that category. Those plays are predetermined by an algorithm that considers them good plays to call in that situation. In other words, fans aren't given an option to choose a horrible play, which is good. You can't just kneel down with the quarterback every time. After you pick the play, you're taken to a screen that shows you the 6 available play calls. You can see which one gets the most votes, and it's pretty cool to see which play you picked and actually get called. So just because you pick a play, it's not always going to be the play that gets chosen, but it's like a conglomerate effort of who can put the most in. I like that.
You know what really make it take off? And it was something, what will really make it take off is, I'm trying to think of 2 points at once. If they did something like the Big Three, where you have the former players who just not really trying to play for real, but just, get out there. Hang on.
It's just hanging on.
And you get to call plays with them. I think that would be a really nice aspect, because I'm not going to lie. I've been to it's only been in their third season, so I've been to both Big 3 games at Little Caesars Arena. They were first off, they were louder than Pistons games. For one,
sad. That
is sad.
Yeah. Two, those guys are playing like Steven Jackson was out there and Ron Artest was out there dropping some F-bombs, calling everybody something but a child of God. They were really out there competing, crying about fouls, but they were really hooping. And first of all, I hope the Big 3 does come back. I think they had something. Ice Cube has something there, but I think that's what will make this fan control football league. If they get get some former players in there that people may know, all right, you retired, got a couple of years, maybe on something fun like this,
right?
Get a couple of dollars.
Yeah, Steven Jackson and Ron Artest, though. I mean, when aren't those guys talking shit?
Right.
Unless it's Ben Wallace.
I love the fact that Ron Artest got ejected at the Palace. I'm not the Palace. At LCA. That was awesome.
I can't say that I'll be watching this fan-controlled football, but I could say that I'll at least watch the start to every single game, because you guys know how in regular football and regular sports, how the game starts always?
Yep, the coin toss.
With a coin toss. They do rock, paper, scissors.
I love that.
To start these games. And to me, that is the coolest thing in the world.
Hey, they need to do that for the overtime in the NFL.
That would be great.
Overtime, because they're flipping a coin or some crap. That would be dope.
But you got to do it on shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Right. And they're like 20 deep into it.
I would still love that. Just for the NFL in like overtime. That would just be dope.
Yeah. So that's the fan-controlled football league. I want to watch more of it. And Joey, get back to your point one more time. To be a part of that and pick the play, all you have to do is pick your team, connect your fan-controlled football account to your Twitch, and there's an extension. And from that extension, pop-ups will come up.
That's so cool.
It is so cool.
That really is awesome.
So, yeah, get down on that. Have some fun with it. I mean, it's football in the offseason, so it's better than nothing, and I'll take that all day long. So you guys want to talk about the big day over the weekend?
The big day? What big day did you have, Stick?
I think everybody had the big day except maybe Art.
Oh, man, why you got to do
Valentine's Day. And we all kind of talked about it on Friday, what our plans were. Like, Corey had like 6 girls lined up.
Don't do me like that. You'll get me killed.
I mean, Corey had one beautiful young lady lined up.
With 5 other ones lined up.
With 5 on the back burner.
But you're the number one. Don't worry, girl. Don't say his name, because then the other ones are going to think we're talking about them.
Joey, you were trying to make reservations for you and your fiance. How'd that go?
So it actually ended up going well. So Corey, I walk in today, and I see Corey eating leftovers, and I'm like, looking at my leftovers, and I'm like, we got the same exact container. Where'd you go? He's like, Nara. I was like, that's where I went. So I went to Nara in West Bloomfield. It's a hibachi spot. So I went there Saturday night. I could not get a Sunday reservation because it was way too booked. Corey had the plug. He did get a Sunday reservation.
No. See, that's where you're going to get me killed. I didn't have the Sunday reservation. My friend, she was trying to do like a girl date with her friend, and her friend bailed on her, so she needed a stand-in. And whenever one of her friends bails on her on a date, I'm the designated stand-in. So I went, and so she wouldn't be by herself, and I ate at Nara, and Nara's good as hell.
I've never been there.
I love how Corey just doesn't get it. He says it's a girl's date, but then a dude gets invited. They're trying to get something out of there, Corey.
No. That's like almost like a sister type friend vibe. Okay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I go out with my sister all the time on Valentine's Day to nice dinners.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it wasn't dinner. It wasn't even a dinner. It was lunch.
Oh, you hit her with a day date.
Okay, if it was before 6 p.m., then it's friend zone.
It was like 3:30.
Okay.
So you went on that. Then did you have a Valentine's Day planned after that too?
Oh yeah, I actually did have a Valentine's Day date, and my friend who I went to lunch with helped me out with that.
How did she help you out with that?
That I cannot say on air, but she gave me some pointers on how to set up the gift that I already.
Well, and what was the gift?
Yeah,
it was a nice gift. I'll just leave it at that.
What are you doing here? You can't tell us what you got this girl?
Yeah, I can. But I don't like putting my business.
Was it a ring?
Oh hell no.
Okay. Was it lingerie?
Nah.
Was it a gift card?
Nah.
Okay. I'm just trying to guess. What would Corey get a girl that he would be,
right,
he would be too ashamed to tell us? Right.
Nah, it's nothing like that. I'm just really a private person on certain stuff like that. That's all. It ain't like it's.
Well, welcome to being on a network. You don't get privacy, man. This is what we do.
No, I just went ahead. I got, flowers. Not flowers. Actually, a plant because she doesn't like flowers. So it's a plant.
You got a full-on plant.
What kind of plant?
You know what? I'm going to be honest.
I don't know.
I do not know what kind of plant it was, but it looked nice. And I said, you know what? She says she doesn't like flowers. I'm going to go ahead and give her this plant. And the plant looked really dope, and she liked it.
Here you go. Here's a plant.
I can see Corey walking up to the restaurant with a big-ass plant.
That's the one that hangs.
And that's where my friend helped me out with it. I'm like, so do I bring this to the table? She's like, no, you set it up real nice afterwards. And then,
dude, your friend got to tell you, yeah, you bring it there. You ask him for a coach.
Where did you get said plant?
Oh, over there at
English
Papa
Gardens?
Joe's.
Oh, at Papa Joe's? Okay.
Yeah.
What? I'm just trying to imagine what you got this poor chick.
You know what's funny too?
She loved it because she says she doesn't like flowers, and I'm actually starting to learn that there are a lot of women that really don't like roses or flowers. They prefer plants.
They like the idea of flowers, but nobody. I mean, at the end of the day, nobody really loves flowers because they die in a week.
I mean, that plant's going to be living for a long time, so you did right, Corey.
Corey, did you sing Barry White? That's what I'm seeing in the chat.
No, because I think that might have ended the date a little early if I sung anything.
So you can hand her a house plant, but you can't sing Barry White to her?
Nah. But somebody hold on, did somebody say I thought somebody said something. I got her Joey's alarm clock.
Oh, the vibrating alarm clock. Joey, what'd you get your girl or your fiance?
So I got a couple pieces of clothing from Lululemon.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
I've learned that stuff is not cheap.
See, but the thing about it, it's like the quality of it really is so good. So it's like she'll get the whole Costco brand, she'll get the whole Walmart brand every time on her own. So I wanted to spoil her with a nice brand. So I got her that, and then I got her a plant as well. No, I'm just kidding. I got some flowers. Dude, I got some flowers from Costco. It was the baddest flowers I've ever seen.
Oh, dude, that's a life hack. Is flowers from Kroger for me are a life
Kroger's
hack. They always
really
got those
good.
for sale flowers, and it's like $3 for a dozen. You just peel the outside layer off. You're looking good, man.
Yep.
You're looking good. And like I said, chicks don't really care, like just bring them flowers. It doesn't matter if they're good or not.
I got a little confession.
Uh-oh.
I know. So I got her a Lululemon, right? Is it bad if my mom went to go buy it for me, though?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
cool.
Why would that be bad?
I don't know. Thought you would rip on me for it.
I mean, I don't think it's bad, but you should be able to do your own shopping for your girl.
Now my mom hooked me up, so shout out to mom.
Did you pay your mom back?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, then I'd say if you got your mom buying your girl Lululemons, then we got issue. Art, been waiting for this all morning, man. What happened on your Valentine's Day?
I specifically said, I don't want to talk about Valentine's Day, and I know that with this show, there's no rules. It was good, but I feel like my wife and I are just so stir crazy and cabin fever with the kids that it could have been better. I mean, she got me dinner, so that was nice, and we did the shoe exchange thing, but it was just like, I'm the girl in the relationship. Like, I've just learned that I'm the girl, and so it was okay.
So what did your wife plan for you guys?
We did nothing. I changed babies' diapers all day and watched YouTube.
So why were you pissed about it? Were you sad that you didn't do anything?
I was mad at myself because she ended up getting me a giant bag of Reese's, like a giant bag, right? And I thought that we were just doing shoes and that was it. So then she's like, hey, here you go. And I just looked at her and I said, I didn't get you anything else. And it just I felt like it ruined the whole day. So it was my fault.
So the Reese's messed up your Valentine's Day.
Dude, that's like $5 at the gas station.
I had a great Reese's Valentine's Day, but, she didn't get anything other than shoes, and I think, she paid for dinner, too. So, I'm really doing great.
Listen, if you're dating, okay, but you're at the point where you're married, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, we've been together for 5 years, so it's like, now Valentine's Day is just like, but that's what sucks, like, when you realize that, like, the flame, it got blown out, tossed with water, thrown under snow. Like, it's just, it is what it is. So that's why I was like, hey, let's not talk about Valentine's Day. And you assholes were like, oh, that's great show prep.
It's on the prep sheet, Art.
And you could have just skipped it. You could have said, hey, Art, how was your Valentine's Day? And it could have been great, but now you want story time.
Yeah, well, people want to know about you,
You're
Art.
on a network.
Honestly, I'm surprised that was a story. I thought there was going to be a lot more juice to the story.
Like I thought somebody got shanked or the cops got called or you'd screwed up somehow, but really you're just mad at yourself for not better planning?
Yeah, like I didn't do any, like usually I go above and beyond for Valentine's Day and I'm like, nah, I don't really feel like it. It was mediocre. So I was like, I don't want to talk about it because it makes me look bad, and I want to look good on this show. So thanks for screwing up my day.
Well, was it because you were too hungover from the UFC fight Saturday night? Like,
Well,
not
that's
like
the thing. I
hungover
got
from
home at
drinking, but like lazy.
Yeah, can I tell you how great of a parent I am? I get home at 2, and then I'm up at 6:30, 7 o'clock with the kids, so then I'm falling asleep on the couch by 10, and I'm tired all day.
And that means way more to her than buying her Reese's.
You would think.
You would think. So Corey didn't want to mention what he did on the air, but then he just leaves a fucking dissertation in the comments.
Where?
Because I got put on the spot. I was trying to play it off. I don't.
Can you read it?
I'll read it since Corey doesn't want to say this, but he'll clearly type it for some reason.
Real quick, what's going on with this show right now?
Yeah, what is
Corey
wrong
doesn't
with
want
you
to
two?
talk about this. You don't want to talk about this. What the hell are we doing the show for then?
Because I knew that it was gonna keep being a thing. So I said, all right, let me just go ahead and put it out there. But I'll read it. So I got her the small plant, balloons, a Godiva bear with that, like some chocolate in like one of those mesh bags or whatever.
Okay.
A card, one of these voucher books are like, hey, I got to go do what you want, like go watch your favorite movie without complaining, go do some dancing lessons, and then Alex and Annie bracelet.
Damn.
I mean,
So you did it up, man.
Yeah.
That's a lot of thought you put into there.
He didn't want to make her feel bad.
I blame my father for because on like any like birthdays, holidays, like he's the one who taught me how to do gift giving and everything like that. So I always just do it up because it's like gifts are personable. And my mom, even though they're not together, my mom was like, your dad never gave a bad gift. I can say whatever I want about him, but he never gave a bad gift.
That's awesome.
I mean, it does take a lot of effort to give good gifts. I'm not the greatest gift giver in the world.
My thing is this, is like, for me and my personal relationship, this is Valentine's number 2 for us. And even Valentine's number 1 was only like 4 or 5 months into our relationship. So it's like, I'm on year 2 and I'm struggling on gift ideas. I don't get how you do it when you're in a long relationship because, I mean, you get what you want in your personal life.
Well, once you get married, they like have themes for it. Like year 1's this, year 5's this, year 7's this. Yeah, each anniversary comes with a theme, so it kind of makes it easy on you. Like leather, cotton, wood, like all types of
I've never heard this in my life.
Really?
I'm 5 years behind that on the themes, bro.
Really?
I've never heard
Dude,
of it.
Wait. So this is for your anniversaries?
Yeah,
Let me
for
search
marriage
it.
anniversaries. Like, and there's old school and new school versions of it. Like, honestly, you guys have never heard of this?
Never.
No.
It clearly, like, for me, it's awesome because it kind of takes the guesswork out of what you got. It's like, oh, it's the wood year. Okay, I got to find something with wood. Oh, it's the brass year. Okay, I'll get her something with brass.
Okay, this is the dumbest thing. All right, first anniversary is paper.
Yeah.
So what do I buy her? Paper.
Oh, like a notebook or a scrapbook you make of you guys. Like, get creative with it. That's what it forces you to do instead of just get her a gift. It's like, get her a gift surrounding paper.
The second anniversary is cotton.
For my first anniversary, it was papers. So what did I get her? I got her tickets, airplane tickets to New York.
Okay.
Tickets to go to a theater, because they're made of paper. So we went and saw Wicked in New York, and that was all paper.
See, they got to switch that to digital this year because they don't do print out airplane tickets anymore.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Switch it to digital.
You
Something
can still
digital.
print them out, though.
Right.
But
What did
yeah,
you get for a second anniversary? Cotton.
Cotton, I forget, honestly.
I bought her a t-shirt.
Got her a Woodward Sports t-shirt. Go to woodwardsports.com, click on shop.
I've honestly
Keep going.
never
Run through like the top 10. Or the first 10 years.
Year 3 is a leather.
Yep.
I would have no clue what leather to get her, like leather pants or something.
Purse, pants,
Okay.
whip, whatever.
God, Mr. Romantic over here. Seriously. Like, Stick's like, I have all these ideas. If it's medieval, get her a sword.
Right. Get her a night outfit.
Year 4 is easy. Fruit or flowers.
Yep.
Corey does not say plants, though, so you're
It
screwed.
doesn't say house plants.
5th anniversary is wood.
Yeah, I gave her the wood.
Okay, so that's the wood. Okay.
No, and actually for that, I got an awesome autographed baseball bat from the 1967 Tigers. Like, that's what she
awesome.
got me for that anniversary.
See, I just don't follow things like this. To me, what's the point of this? Who made this list?
I think just life. Like, it's just like, I mean, it's just tradition made that list.
Yeah, but what tradition? I never, my parents never did this, so I'm not going to follow this list. But, I mean, and then you continue on the list. It's got wool or copper.
Yep.
The hell did you get her for that?
Some pennies.
Really?
No, I don't remember every year so far. But, yeah, I'm going on year 10 right now, so.
It's the year of tin or aluminum.
Tin or aluminum, all right.
You lost me at year like 1.
Yeah.
Once I read paper, I was like, all right, I'm done with this list.
But honestly, guys, if you get married, you gotta abide by the list.
So when is the gift giving in your relationship? Which holidays throughout the year?
You got anniversary, you got birthday, and you got Valentine's Day.
Christmas?
Oh,
What about
yeah,
Sweetest
Christmas.
Day?
I mean, come on.
Wait, what about Sweetest Day?
Sweetest Day, and that's more of like a dinner and a massage type thing. That's not
Okay.
really like a gift-giving thing.
I just like, with all these gift giving days, I get so like just pressured. I don't like the feeling of it. I'm like not good with it because like normally throughout the year, I like to just randomly give a gift. Like, hey, we're going to get massages or something like that. I don't like waiting for these things. There's so many different ones.
You guys are such pussies.
It's not.
I found a way out for me as far as like the whole gift giving thing, like with like holidays like this. I kind of actually like buy my gift in parts. Like if I see something, I'll buy it and then just put it to the side for when it's time for that holiday. Like already had this gift in mind for that person, so it's already bought. So that way it takes the pressure out of the last minute scramble of like, oh crap, I got to go ahead and go get this right then and there, because sometimes I may be looking at the gift, I'm like, nah, I ain't really feeling that for that person.
Yeah.
Because like for me, it's like I look at it as I'm going to act as if it's Valentine's Day every single day, or I'm going to act as if it's your birthday and treat you right every single day.
But you don't.
I mean, I do, but
we
if
can
it-
say that, but nobody does that shit.
I treat her that way, but if your definition of that is just giving a gift, to me, gift giving is the most pointless thing in the world, because gift giving is like the most just wasteful spend of money, and not even financial. It's just like, get whatever you want when you need it. Like, just say I noticed right now that she has a ripped jacket. I'm going to go buy her a jacket today on February 15th.
No, you're going to have your mom go buy her a jacket.
And I'll pay back my mom. But it's like, that's why I struggle with all of these gift ideas. And honestly, this is probably a big reason why I never really stayed with my long relationships, because I would always bail before some type of holiday.
I had to buy anything.
Yeah, and it's never been the financial point to it. It's just I get so stressed out having to think about getting a gift.
Yeah, well, my gift was pretty easy for this Valentine's Day. I like to do escape rooms, and now that everything's open again, we went to 2 escape rooms yesterday, and it was great. We went to one in Royal Oak and one in Ferndale.
Okay.
And they're probably so good at escape rooms.
Oh, dude. Like the one in Ferndale that normally 6 people takes to do it. It was just me and Tiffany, and we did it in 42 minutes, which was faster than most people with a big group. And the lady's like, we're like, oh, that was kind of easy. She's like, you have no idea. Some people are in there, and we got to give them all types of clues. And so I love escape rooms, man. And anybody, if you're watching right now, that is the best gift to give anybody, because you're giving a memory, you're giving an experience. Art, you're shaking your head over there. Why?
too.
God,
No.
my wife and I fight about everything. Like, we would fight about parking to get into the escape room. Like, no.
Sounds
no
healthy.
I don't want to expose how much of a dumbass I am, so that's why I don't want to go to an escape room with my girl.
Yeah, that too.
We could go on like a double date, man, and I'll carry the weight.
No, then I look like the worst, the lesser of the man.
I will say this to Joey's point. When you consistently like make every day, like you give gifts on the random, when the Valentine's Day or those birthdays come, well, I take that back, not necessarily birthdays, but like a Valentine's Day, the Hallmark holidays, you don't really have to do as much. Like, you can get away with doing a little bit less if you're always doing something. I think like this textbook would be like a flowers, or in my case a plant, but
Plant.
But hey, yeah, to your point, you got a good point.
Yeah, so that was kind of a recap on all of our Valentine's Day. Fish, did you have a good Valentine's Day? Yeah, he just throws up his hands. Fish doesn't know if he had a good Valentine's Day or not. Adam, we didn't get to hear about his, but he's out of the studio right now. So, Art, I think today you should go home and give your wife a foot massage and say, this is for me fucking up yesterday.
Yeah, I got a busy schedule. I got a lot going on.
Jesus.
Pretty sure you're leaving at 3 o'clock today.
Even when I'm giving you a layup, man, you're turning it down. It's a layup.
I feel like Art makes it harder on himself.
Yeah, definitely.
You need some tips, man? I'm new to relationship thing, but I got you.
Let's do this. Let's take a quick 15-second break. When we come back, Chris Hogan. You guys remember him, wide receiver for the New England Patriots?
Yeah, I was going to take this story out just for you, but I'm glad you went to
I don't
it.
know this, actually, so I'm really excited.
Well, he's crossing over and doing something different now. So we'll talk about that in 15 seconds right here on the Woodward Sports Network. So Chris Hogan, who 1 year in my Dynasty Football League I traded Julio Jones for because he was having a hot season. Definitely regret that trade still to this day. But either way, if you don't remember him, he was a wide receiver for the New England Patriots. He wore number 15, and just kind of your typical Patriot wide receiver.
Short little white dude.
Yeah, just a dude. He's just a dude that Tom Brady turned into a decent wide receiver. But in college, he was a lacrosse player. And he just happened to make it on an NFL team, which shows his freakish athleticism. But now he's going back and playing professional lacrosse now that he's no longer playing football.
Wow, the reverse would be cool to go from lacrosse to the NFL, but why would you do that to your career?
I mean, he doesn't have an NFL career left, so he might as well get in where he can. But to me, the question I wanted to answer out of this is because I think we've talked about it before. Like, what if LeBron James was a tight end in the NFL? Like, how intimidating would that be?
Megatron 2.0.
Exactly. So what athlete would you want to see cross sports? Like, go from this sport, and, you know, we've seen it actually in the MMA with some NFL players trying to fight in the MMA, right, Art? There's a couple of them.
Yeah. There's a couple that have transferred over from either boxing or football. Greg Hardy's one of them. You know, Greg Hardy failed miserably, but yeah.
Yeah, he got his ass beat last time. But what athlete would you want to see leave their sport, and what sport would you want to see them join? Joey, I'll start with you.
I would like to see a pitcher go to the NFL and be a quarterback because
a pitcher,
because they usually say that translates well, and like even in high school, I would see so many pitchers that they'd be throwing these slingers, and then they'd just be messing around on the football field throwing it, but like bombing them.
Yeah. Well, Patrick Mahomes was a pitcher in college, so you see it. You know, John Elway was a pitcher before he came into the NFL. So you see that happening a little bit, but yeah, I like that. What about you, Corey?
You know what? This is going to be so left field, but I would actually like to see LeBron James box.
Box?
Here's why.
Woo!
I'm thinking about like the Deontay Wilder kind of comparison. Like big guy, 6'8", 275. His reach would be crazy. LeBron is pretty quick on his feet. I mean, I know he probably, take a quick L, but I mean, once he catches one on the chin, but especially the way that he flops. But I just wonder, like, somebody with that build, and his hands are trained weapons. I wonder what the hell he would do.
That would be crazy to see. Really, LeBron's the guy that you could put in any sport. Like, I'd love to see LeBron play center field and watch him track fly balls.
That's a good one.
Tear him down from home runs. Like, LeBron is the guy that you could put in any sport. Like, one of the things that I would have loved to see back in the day is, remember how Dwight Howard, when he was, had his legs underneath him, how high that dude could jump? Imagine Dwight Howard playing professional volleyball.
Oh, man. That would not be fair.
That's one thing I think about when I watch the Olympics is all our good players, that can jump and do all that stuff are playing basketball. But imagine if those guys were volleyball players. 7'2" can jump out of the gym as a volleyball player.
What's crazy about that is because you know how in volleyball they got their like little zones, like you get this half of the court, you get this. He'd be over the entire court just batting all the balls,
right,
spiking them.
Yeah, so that's one I would like to see. I'd like to see a couple professional hockey players go professional golf because typically hockey players are really good at golf.
Yeah,
like, really
I can see that. But that's like, there's no like excitement out of that. Like a LeBron going to a different league.
Yeah. What else? Who else would I like to see? I'm thinking
I would like to see like a Tyreek Hill in the NBA, kind of like a Spud Webb type player.
Okay, using his speed and quickness.
Yeah.
I would like, speaking of that, I would like to see Tyreek Hill on track and field.
Yeah.
Oh, he did that.
I mean, Javid Best left the NFL and he went ahead and ran on the track. I want to see what Sheeta would do.
Yeah, Javid Best he represented the Bahamas in the Olympics.
Yeah.
For track and field, and then he went into that CrossFit Games.
I would have loved to have witnessed Shaq in the octagon.
Ooh, Shaq
because he's
fighting?
As tall as the octagon.
I could see Shaq getting his ass kicked though, because he's so big and but if he gets his hands on you,
yeah, but you can't get like him knockout in the face or something. He's so high. How do you get up there?
Right.
Imagine Shaq on ice.
Shaq on ice.
That would actually be fun.
Shaq figure skating.
What's the tallest NHL player?
NHL, I think Chara at 6'8" right now, or 6'9".
He was a big boy.
Yeah, Chara's a big dude. Let's see. We got Kevin Durant playing wide receiver would be fun to watch.
Oh,
That's
my
in the comment.
No. KD would one hit across the middle, he would get folded in half.
He would be like Stick thinking that he could take a hit from Sue.
No, come on.
I
take a
think
hit.
same thing.
I could
You
take
both
a hit.
die.
Tiger Woods playing table tennis. I'm not sure why, but Jenna wants that.
Table tennis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That'd be interesting to see. Pat Mahomes playing where he was first drafted. I'm assuming you mean with
Baseball.
the Tigers. Yeah. Let's see. I'd like to watch LeBron play cricket. That would be funny. Any of these guys, like, you know, when Jordan tried to play baseball, you saw that it's a little harder to be great at baseball than it is for Jordan to be good at baseball.
Yeah, I don't want to call it a failed experiment because for the minors he did decent, but his name is Jordan, so you're expecting greatness, so he fell a little bit short of the mark there.
Yeah, Art, do you have any athletes that you'd like to see cross over? Like any MMA guys you'd like to see, you know, like play lineman or something?
Yeah, John Jones. I would have loved it because his brothers are in NFL, so I'd like to see John Jones.
Who's his brothers?
Yeah, it played for the Patriots.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they
I
both
didn't know
got
that.
busted for steroids too, so you know that's great. Yeah, probably John Jones, Daniel Cormier. I would have loved back in the day to see him as like a tackle. He's got a very like Sue-like body. Brock Lesnar, but he played a fake sport in WWE and then transferred over to wrestling, so that doesn't, went from WWE to a real sport, so that was already done.
Didn't Lesnar play football though too?
He sure did.
Yeah.
He played for the Vikings. And he was close to making the team.
But he didn't.
But he didn't.
so he went to go wrestle.
It's crazy because you think of LeBron, like that dude. There's not a single sport that he's probably not good at.
Right. No, he's just a freak of an athlete.
Who else do you think is a player that could just be placed anywhere?
I mean, it's appearing like basketball players could transition into more sports than any other athletes.
Yeah.
You know, because you put a football player on a basketball court, okay, it could work out, but you put a basketball player pretty much on any athletic court, and they're going to succeed. You know, like LeBron playing tennis. I'm sure he'd be great at tennis because, you know, his lateral quickness and just how big he is, his wingspan. So, really, I think, are we saying that basketball is the most athletic sport?
It's, you know what? I think it's one of the sports where you're showing your full repertoire of athleticism. Probably football would be like a close second.
Yeah.
But I mean, basketball, like, it's really nonstop. You're showing your full range of motion, you know, as you know, your body type and whatnot. So I would say it's got to be one of the most athletic sports.
I think, honestly, and I'm not saying it just because it's like my sport, but MMA is the most well-rounded sport. I mean, you have to have good legs, you got to have good, chest, arms, everything. You got to have a good head on your shoulders. You got to think quickly.
Physically, yeah, but like you put MMA fighters in like a ball sport where they got to shoot a ball, pass a ball. Like it's a little different, I think
it's all with that hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the biggest thing because, yes, you still need good hand-eye coordination when you're fighting, but when you have that hand-eye coordination to football, to basketball, like you know how to play with the team. Like there's so many qualities that although in basketball you don't need to be the strongest player because you see a lot of weak players still succeed.
Right.
It's still the thing that there's so much athleticism needed to succeed.
Yeah, and you see, like, Allen Iverson was almost a great college quarterback, He was a hell of a high school quarterback.
Yeah.
But he could have gone and balled out in college, too. He would have been probably like the first Mike Vick, essentially, if he would have decided to go football.
And that thing is, I think he was talking about football was his real first love.
Yeah. Well, that and gambling. Like, Allen Iverson loves him some gambling. Did you guys ever experience that when Allen Iverson was in town as a Piston?
Oh, I know of all the stories, and I believe he's still banned at all the casinos.
Dude, Allen Iverson would go to, like, Greektown Casino.
Yeah?
And he wouldn't want to go to the high roller room just so he could gamble and make money. He would ask them to close down the entire section so him and his boys could gamble in front of everybody, and then he wouldn't pay his tab.
What's the tab?
Well, how much he gambled. Like, he would ask them for, hey, can you front me $500,000? And he put it all on black or whatever, lose, and they just walk out the casino.
What do you... How is that not like a legality issue?
It is, but they're assuming this guy has $500K, so like eventually they'll get their money. But Iverson used to like just put on a show for people. Like I said, he didn't want to be in the high roller room where he could actually gamble and have fun with his boys. He wanted to just be in front of everybody so they could see him stacking chips on the table. What other stories you got, Corey?
No, the only thing I know is that he's just banned from the casinos. That's the only thing I know about, because he's I think it was when he was playing for the Pistons, he was living at one of them, and he just got put out of each one. So.
Yeah,
$500,000 on black. Oh,
dude,
I would literally, I think I would faint if I lost.
Yeah, well, I'd faint if I had $500,000. So
right, and it's not going on black.
Right, no, it's not going. I'm putting that to where I'm just going to get a small percentage return on an investment. That's all I'm looking forward to out of $500,000. Not, yeah, you know what? Screw it. But
I try to not remember the Allen Iverson Piston days, because that was the end of the franchise up until now.
Yeah,
it was just like that was a sad day for me, because I just remember the morning that trade happened. That ruined my whole day. I didn't go to my classes the rest of the day.
Really? It hurt you that bad?
Oh, because I walked out of class and I'm looking and I'm like, Pistons traded Chauncey Billups for Allen Iverson, and then some girl like, what'd you just say? And I tell her again, she's like, girl, the Pistons just got Ivo. And I'm like, I don't care about no Ivo out of his prime.
See, at the time when they made the trade, I understood the thought process behind it, because the Pistons were losing steam. They needed a little bit of flash on offense. But to me, they traded the wrong guy. Like, as much as I love Rip Hamilton, that was the front court member you had to move, not Chauncey Billups, because Chauncey made Rip better. Rip didn't make Chauncey better. Like, Chauncey got Rip the ball right off the curl, right off the pick, in shooting position. Like, he knew how to help Rip be the all-star that he was. Then you bring in Allen Iverson, who's not passing the ball to anybody, dribbling the ball into the floor every time down the court. So you literally traded away Chauncey and Rip by trying to get Iverson here.
I didn't understand it because, first off, they had that same trade in the offseason before the season started and didn't do it. That's for one. Two, they started out this when they made the trade, they were undefeated. And then the last one, you don't give a rookie coach in Michael Curry, Allen Iverson, and Rasheed Wallace. Oh. Like, that was a recipe for disaster.
I mean, Sheed, I don't mind. He was pretty much a player coach at that point, but yeah. Michael Curry, kind of in over his head.
Way over his head.
And I liked Michael Curry. He was a hell of a player. You know, if it wasn't for Tayshaun, he probably would have been a Piston a little bit longer. But Tayshaun took his starting role against, Orlando, when he shut down Tracy McGrady in that first round that one year. And that was the end of Michael Curry as a player. I thought he was a great coach. He had a raw deal here for sure.
That's
the dark days of Pistons, man. And that is crazy because, we went to 6 Eastern Conference Finals and then coming out of it to just, that was almost 20 years ago. And we're not back.
Hey, this year, playoffs.
Corey over here pouring out a little liquor for the Pistons right now. But they look better. We talked about it earlier. Our rookies are looking good, Corey. Don't get caught up in the past.
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about that whole era of coaches, the whole Michael Curry, John Custer, Lawrence Frank, Mo Cheeks.
Mo Cheeks, baby. Yeah, John Custer, I actually so this was when I was working in radio. I tweeted to Charlie Villanueva. I was like, man, I love the Pistons, ride or die for the Stones, but Q is not putting you guys in the right position to win. And Charlie Villanueva retweeted that. And I woke up to news like my tweet caused some issues between Custer and Villanueva because he retweeted my tweet. And that was kind of the end of that. And once again, I understand the philosophy of going after a Ben Gordon and a Charlie Villanueva because you knew the next year we didn't have a shot at LeBron, D-Wade, or Bosh. So you try to get the best of what's available the year before. But
you gave them guys $60 million.
Yeah, you paid them like they were LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh. I don't know. Gordon coming off that series against the Celtics, though, where he was just lighting it up. I didn't feel bad, and Gordon was an okay Piston. Charlie Villanueva was the waste of money in that whole transaction.
Dude, he was another one of those that were only here to go to the clubs, and that was it.
Yeah.
He was everywhere.
He was.
With Charlie V?
Yeah. Oh, everywhere with his brother.
Yeah, his brother's dope, though.
His
I love his
super
brother.
cool.
Yeah. But yeah, those are some weird eras for the Pistons. At least we didn't go back to teal. Can we all agree on that?
Honestly, I'm not. You were so against those jerseys. I kind of like them.
I like, and I'm the lone one who was kind of partial to the maroon ones.
Why?
I just think they were. You know what? I didn't like them at the time, but looking back on them now, I'm like, they weren't as bad as I thought they were.
Yeah, it's because we don't have them anymore.
Now, what I will say this: I would take that logo, and if you put it with the new Pistons colors,
yeah.
With the original Pistons, not the new, the original Pistons colors, I like that.
Yeah, and shout out to Mr. Design, the dude on Instagram. Did you see him put beef stew in the old Bad Boys uniform?
That was sick.
It looked dope.
That was sick. He does some great work.
Yeah, I love those throwback unis, man. Like those Piston classic uniforms. That's one great thing about Detroit sports is our uniforms, all of them classic. You know, you got the winged wheel, classic. There's nothing else like it. The Detroit D means more than just the Tigers, you know, like that is an icon for the whole city. Pistons, I love their old school blue, white, and red unis, like the one that Isaiah Thomas is wearing behind Art. Like, I love those uniforms. And then you got the Lions.
That's the only one that doesn't have swag to it.
That's why I say change the damn jerseys.
The old Lions uniforms, though, when they got the pewter pants and the pewter helmet with just the blue and pewter jersey, like when it's all plain, I love those throwbacks.
Lions, no. The Lions need to – those are cool, but the Lions need to go bring back those black jerseys.
Yes.
Well, from that – what was that, the Kevin Jones era? Yeah, like
Calvin.
Those things – those jerseys were cold with the black. Bring back the black jerseys, Lions. If you don't do anything else, bring those black jerseys. I would go buy whoever.
Yeah, I remember my friend Marla had the black Calvin Johnson authentic joint, and I was so jealous of that jersey. Like, that jersey, so badass. And then whenever you play Madden, those are the ultimate unis that you're always picking. I'm not playing in the white uniforms. Like, the white Lions uniforms are possibly the worst uniforms in all of sports.
They're so plain.
And soft.
Yeah.
We just look soft. We look like a little league
Which one's that,
team.
the Thanksgiving one with the silver and the white?
Just the all-white jerseys with the blue lettering and the silver pants. Like, it's just it's soft looking, man.
But I want the Lions to do one thing. If they bring back the black jerseys, I don't want them to go with the silver pants. I want them to go with the black pants. If they just go black
or blue pants,
that'd be cool too.
Yeah.
But going the dark colors, the black pants with the blue lettering. Oh, man.
I love Steve Brown's comment here. Why bring back the Millen memories? Because that was from the Millen era.
True, but I mean, we don't have Millen.
No, he gone.
He gone.
Thank God Millen's gone. That was such a dark time too. Lots of dark times lately in Detroit sports history, but I feel like all teams are trending out of it, which is awesome because as we grow as a network, the teams are going to grow, and in about 3 or 4 years, we're all going to be at a championship parade of some capacity.
It's crazy because you look at like the jerseys, and we got the decals in the studio, and it really is only the Detroit Lions that's never really had oh wow, like that logo where. Like, I always think of, like, hats, you know?
Right.
You get the old Pistons logo on a hat, super dope.
Right.
You get the Detroit, obviously the English D, dope. And then the wing.
The one logo I do like is, like, the 1952 Lions logo where it's got, like, the 2 bars and the lion on it.
I like those.
I like that one, too. Like that, but that was the last time we won, so maybe that's why.
Maybe they need to bring that back.
I have the hat. I have the fitted hat like that goes with it, and that's the reason I bought it is because I don't love the new Lions logo. Like when they changed that updated lion, I felt like it was like CFL, like Canadian League football, or like remember the Euro League football?
Yeah,
like that's what I felt like. Like we were the Stallions or something with that new design.
The Lions logo right now to me might be the softest logo in the NFL.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it's not intimidating at all. It's like you're the Lions, but it look like almost like the Care Bears.
Yeah, and it's even worse than the team that doesn't even have a name. Like they just have football team on their uniform, and it looks better than ours. I hate it.
The hardest team to all of them, though, we could all agree on, are the Detroit Vipers.
Ooh, those Viper jerseys
I
were
love
dope.
them.
Yeah, I miss Viper games, man.
Yep.
Actually, I just miss games.
$2 tickets.
Right. So we got Fish's Facts coming up in about 1 minute. What we're going to do right now, take a quick break, get Fish up here with his facts. He's over there. He's firing himself up. He's ready to go. Fish's Facts coming up next on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you for watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, soon to be on Twitch, and our app is coming soon, so make sure you're looking for that on your Apple phone. Can't wait for that app so you can take us anywhere. And if you missed any part of today's show, you can always download it on Apple, on Spotify, and go back and listen to the podcast or just rewatch it on whatever platform you're watching right now. So, Fish, I got some big news for you.
Oh, boy.
I have your own, we call these stagers in the industry, okay? So we got, you know how it's like, Joey's News.
Oh.
Now we got one for Fish. You ready for it? I'm about to hit it, and then we'll go right into Fish's facts. You ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go, Art.
Is it time?
Yeah, it is.
Fish. Go fish.
Fish facts.
It's fish.
It's Fish, and that's you, buddy.
It is me.
It is you.
So excited
Let's
of your
hear
new
some
intro.
facts.
We have a bunch of them. Two of them from the same player, and then a few other ones. So we have from tennis, big tennis weekend. Aslan Kretsev, 114th ranked in the Australian Open, became the lowest ranked person to reach the Australian Open since Patrick McEnroe in 1991.
Nice, good old McEnroe.
Not John McEnroe, the one you probably. Yeah. Want to make sure I cleared up.
Gotta love the underdogs.
Thank you, Fish.
Same guy. He is also the 7th man in Open history, which began in 1968 to reach the quarterfinal in his Grand Slam debut.
Okay, nice.
And then a sad fact for any Irish people out there.
I'm Irish.
Yeah. This is the worst start in Six Nations history for Ireland.
Oh, no.
They played 2 and lost 2. Lost to Wales last week, 21-16, and then this weekend lost to France in Dublin, 15-13.
That's all right. We were drinking a little
So,
too much.
yeah.
You know how us Irish get.
They're going to win next weekend because they're playing Italy. So
Oh, Italy sucks?
Yeah, they're not very good.
Okay. So I'm going to bet money on Ireland next weekend because of you, Fish.
All right. Today is also President's Day.
Yeah, happy President's Day,
So
everybody.
it's President's Day, also known as Washington's birthday.
Okay.
It's a day to celebrate presidents of the United States history, past and present.
All right. Who's your favorite president, Fish?
I don't really know if I have one.
Okay. All right.
There's no standout president that
There's no standout president?
that I have.
Okay. And do you have any bets for
I
today?
do, yes.
Let's get into those real quick.
All right, so we have tennis bets. So Novak Djokovic is playing Alexander Zverev from Germany. Zverev is plus 162. Now, this could go either way. Djokovic has an injury, and he is quoted saying that if it was not a Grand Slam, if it was any other tournament, he would not be playing.
Okay.
So it shows you the injury is that bad. So at any point, he can crack and either retire or limp through and lose.
Got it.
So something could happen there. Red Wings, Blackhawks tonight from 7:30. Red Wings are plus 20 or plus 120. I'm going to go Red Wings.
You're going to take the Wings tonight.
I am going to take the Wings.
Back
It
to
is a
back,
home
Fish?
game.
Is that
Not
a hunch?
that it matters, but it's a home game.
Okay.
Is it a hunch? Sure, I
All
guess.
right. You got inside information on that game, Fish?
I do not.
Okay.
I wish. One day.
wish.
One day I'll have insider information.
I know. I can't wait till you're a full-time reporter.
We'll see.
Yep.
And then big money bet. Again, shot in the dark. But if you want to win some money, Newcastle United versus Chelsea today. They are plus 985. It is from 3 o'clock.
All right. And those are Fish's bets to go along with Fish's facts. Thank you so much, buddy. How was your Valentine's Day?
I mean, just like any other weekend, normal. Got up at 6:30, watched some tennis, and then rolled into soccer, rolled into, what else did I watch? Football, everything.
Nice. Did you watch the fan-controlled football at all?
I watched a little bit.
Did you like it?
It was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
So from what I can tell, it looks like you go to the fan control website and you join.
Yep.
To pick the play. So I don't know if you have to pay.
No, it's all free.
It is free. Okay.
Yep.
Because I was worried that they'd suck you in by having to pay.
Did you get a heart-shaped pizza this year, Fish?
I did not get a heart-shaped pizza.
Oh, we'll send you one tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you, Fish. We appreciate you. And now it's time for Joey's Dumbass of the Day.
This one just bothers me so much because this is just so much disrespect in this play because this is how people get injured badly. And this was the Kings taking on the Grizzlies And I'm going to have Art play this video because you see Metu dunking on Valanciunas, and look at how he reacts. And this is just dirty. It's such a dirty dunk. Like, you play the dunk video?
Yeah.
It was just such a dirty, that was quick. It was just so dirty, and I look and I'm like, you can't, the way he tackled him like that is just so wrong. And what's crazy is it wasn't even a flagrant foul.
Yeah, I mean, what do? A guy hangs on the rim and then puts his leg on you. Like,
he didn't move. It's on Valanciunas to move. If the guy dunks on you and you're pissed that he just embarrassed you, you got to move out the way at least. You can't take him down.
I'm not hanging around for a guy to have his nuts on the back of my neck.
Yeah, you put your nuts on my neck, I'm throwing you to the ground. Those are the rules.
He was under him. He was right underneath him. You got to get out the way or else I'm going to put my balls in your face too.
You got weak dick.
Right. You do the ride the bull or whatever they call it.
Ride the bull or whatever.
That's what they call it when you like put your... Whatever.
See, Joey, I could see you like playing rec league and this happened to you. I could see you throwing a guy to the ground if he put his nuts on your neck.
No, that's one of those things where the respect's got to kick in because, dude, that's how my man could get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Badly.
But, you don't go around putting your nuts on people's necks, and you can avoid that problem.
If you get embarrassed and someone slams on you, you move out the way. It's happened to me. So I moved out the way.
That's Joey's dumbass of the day. Let me make it official right now.
You dumbass.
Dumbass.
Yes, that's Valanciunas.
Thank you guys for waking up with the Morning Woodward Show today. Everybody that's been interacting with us on the Facebook chat, we appreciate you. If you're on YouTube watching, thank you very much. Twitter, Instagram Live. And like I said, make sure you download the podcast on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. We put it up after the show. And our app is coming soon. I'm talking within the next week soon, guys.
This is going to be exciting. It's going to be so easy to listen to our show now.
Yeah, so we can launch that app, and then you can just have it on your pocket. We'll go to work, drive with it, and you'll never lose the Woodward Sports Network. So I cannot wait. I'm very excited about that. Our studio, the construction in here. If you guys haven't noticed, the camera angles kind of changed like a couple weeks ago because we're building producer booths in here. Like, this whole thing's changing so we can become more like a TV station than a radio station. All the graphics are going to get better. The production's going to get amazing. And thank you guys so much for being a part of this journey. And we appreciate each and every one of you for watching, for sharing, and spreading the word about the Woodward Sports Network.
Amen to that.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you, Joey. Art, you got anything to say before we get out of here today? No. Perfect.
Oh, that's it.
I'm waiting to turn the mics off and do everything. You always ask me at the end, you got anything? No, I'm trying to get this closed.
Can you end this with some positive news for us? Words of inspiration from Art.
The 20th, or 20, how did you say it? The 21st? The 21st? Isn't that what you said earlier? Either way, have a great Monday. Avoid the snow. Stay home. Watch the Baligian and Bell show coming up at 11 a.m. And if you want to listen to some other podcasts, make sure you go to woodwardsports.com right now. All of our podcasts are up, from MI Canicast, Origins, Art of Combat, and so much more. Everything is also there with Corey and Ant. So we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great Monday.